Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. Let's hear a little music as we come into this segment from some guys on the other line. Come on, guys, let me hear you. Oh, I love it. I love it. Just keep going. Just keep going. Just keep going. Okay, some truck driver going down I-55 now just ran off the road. You know, I mean, the turkeys are gobbling. Hey, this is it's probably my favorite show of the year, and it's going to be a little bit different this year. And because of course, the most important person is in the studio, and that's Shelby McCall, our show producer, 6 feet away from me. With COVID-19, we're down to just she and I. But we're still going to talk turkey. And this on this special show on this March the 21st, and we have been able to do it, but we're doing it all by phone. Of course, I know it would be kind of hard for one of these guys to make it here, but he doesn't even have to have a call. I mean, he carries his call with him wherever he goes, and that's our good friend Mike Giles out of Meridian, Mississippi. Good morning, Mike. Good morning. How y'all doing? We're doing better now. Better. I wasn't doing very good when I was driving here, but I already feel better. But the streets are barren. And then on the other end of the line is from Bartlett, Tennessee, the man who is known now for the Peg Legs custom calls, my good friend Russell Ginn. Good morning, Russell.
Good morning, Larry.
How you doing, buddy?
We're doing good.
Doing fired up time, right? And so
yeah.
And
this
now
time of year is always great.
It is, and then we have to bring in an interpreter, you know, because I don't understand the language sometimes. So I have to bring in my man from Vanishing Paradise and the National Wildlife Federation, the co-host of this show once a month. Is Bill Cooksey out of Jackson. Bill, this is going to be a fun segment, isn't it?
It is, and you know, I always count on this show to kind of get my head turned on to turkeys. It really does. I don't give it much thought, and then all of a sudden it's the turkey show, and it's time to really think it. You know?
It is time to think it. And in fact, we arranged this show around Bill's schedule. How important is that? Somebody, you know, I mean, we wanted to make sure. Normally, we would have 6 guys in this room, and Shelby would have cotton in her ears and the toilet tissue. Well, we don't have any toilet tissue. You can't put that in her ears for sure. But
it's all gone.
It's all gone, you know. But because the room is full of turkey callers. Yeah, we should have stocked it up. But let's talk to each one of you guys. Let's talk to Mike first because, as I mentioned, you know, I've got Mike has written the foreword on a really good book for you turkey hunters. It's called The Old Pro Turkey Hunter, Gene Nunnery. And Mike has come out with a new foreword for it. I've already picked it back up and been reading it again. And Mike, you're one of those. And first of all, let me say I'm sure sorry I missed you at Germantown Baptist due to my aunt's funeral. I have heard nothing but great things, Mike, about what you did and your amazing talents. And Ron McSwain and all the gang at Germantown, we're really happy to have you.
Right.
And to travel that far. But you are one of those people, Mike, that, yes, you have calls, but you've developed this other thing. Talk to our listeners about how you came up with the voice calls.
Well, I went to I was already calling turkeys with, like everybody else, but I went to the East Mississippi Electric Power Association. They had Jack Dudley.
Uh-huh.
Right when I was about a teenager, and Jack came up there and talked, and he was the first natural voice world champion from Mississippi.
Yes.
In other words, he won the world championship with his natural voice, and he actually, inspired Preston Pittman as well. But Jack talked about it. He gave a little bit, and he said, guys, you want to learn how to talk like a turkey? He said, you get you a gobbler and 2 hens, and you just imitate them hens. He said, hens are like ladies. He said, they all say the same things, but they sound a little different. So don't worry about what you sound like. He said, get that rhythm. And it's just like the 1, 2, 3, 4. He said, it's more about once you master the whines and the clucks and just a basic yelp, knowing when to use it and how to use it, you can call turkeys. And that's how I got started, just practice.
So how long ago was that?
Well, it was around 1982 or 3 that my wife surprised me we had been married about a year or so. She bought me a gobbler and 2 hens for Christmas.
Come on, what a wife! All right,
How about that? That's some kind of lady now.
That is right. Yeah.
I learned to call by doing it outside, and every once in a while I try to break in calls inside, but I kind of took it outside pretty quick, because she don't mind me hunting or fishing.
Yeah.
And any lady will do that for you, then they got to have a little space.
Well, I know that the way you got into this is pretty intriguing. Mike is an outdoor writer out of Meridian and a longtime friend of mine and this show, and we've transitioned over to Russell. And Russell, we could spend 2 shows with Russell. I mean, basically because of a day in his life. What was that day, Russell, that changed your life?
July 22nd, 2009.
And tell our listeners what happened on that day.
I had 20,000 pounds of steel, 850 degrees collapse on top of me, crushing my legs instantly, turning me into a double amputee.
Amazing. And during all that time, never in your wildest dreams did you ever think this is what you would end up doing, did you?
No, I mean, it was always a hobby, but it never crossed my mind that this may be a full-time thing.
Yeah. And then not only that, but the new name, and we're going to get back to Mike in just a second, because you have one of the most in the newspaper business, Mike, at the Commercial Appeal, they wouldn't let us use the word unique. I don't know why. There were just certain words you couldn't use. And but I think Russell has probably the most unique name for his call company. What is that name, Russell?
Peg Legs Customs.
Peg Legs Customs. And why would you have a call name like that? Huh?
Well, being at NWTF a couple of years ago, we got to notice some people would look at me.
Yes.
And they didn't know I had a sense of humor about my accident.
Well, yeah.
And they would look at you and turn and walk away. Well, I had to figure something out to let people know that I had a sense of humor about it.
Yes, you do, yeah.
And the name Peg Legs instantly puts a smile to your face when you see me.
Yes.
You understand that I have a sense of humor about it, and you instantly come up and want to start talking about it. So,
and you've got your picture with it on the front too.
Close.
It's close, isn't it? Yeah, I mean it's a big. Well, we'll get into that, but I got to ask Cooksey. You've met a lot of people in your life, Bill, and your job, and many years like that. You hear Russell's story, and you think, well, on this bleak day, as we struggle with many things, and Mike can answer the same thing. It's always good to have somebody that can be an inspiration. And
amen.
I want to say something real quick, because aside from all else that he, what he's had to go through and all over the years to get where he is now, and to have that positive attitude and all, I first met Russell, I think, at a Scholastic shooting event.
Oh,
and
yeah. Really?
Then I had run into him at so many places where he's just out there giving back.
He is, isn't he? Yeah.
When he's a guy that some would look at and think, well, he shouldn't be giving back. He ought to be taking, man. He's gone through a lot. And there he is at the forefront of giving back.
Well, I appreciate that. And the way I kind of see it is, I'm still here for a reason, and the Lord's spared my life on that day, and I'm still here. So
I'm still here.
I need to be doing something.
I think Mike could agree with that, because Mike's probably one of the busiest guys I know. I mean, I look up every time, and he's either in the woods, he's at a Bass Pro, and he just told me he's got a wife that gave him two decoys or something for Christmas. I mean, what are we sitting here doing things for? But talk.
It's the same wife.
Yeah, talk about that,
yeah,
Mike.
I've got to talk to Russell later. Man, that's great. That's kind of like my first book, Passion of the Wild. It's about people like him.
Yeah.
And
you need
that's
to get
what
that.
It's all about.
Yeah, you and Russell need to hook up, because Mike has got the ability and speaks all over them. So what does turkey hunting mean to you, Mike Giles, as you get ready? Mississippi's already started. They start so early. You're down South Mississippi. Talk about what it means, particularly this year, to be going turkey hunting.
Man, it's an opportunity. I think we live in the land of plenty, and to me it's a passion. Just calling those gobblers and hearing them in the spring. The whole woods wake up, and let me tell you, a friend of mine just retired after 35 years. He went to work for the railroad, and he told me the other day, he said, Mike, he said, you know, when we turkey hunted back then, right when I was going to college? I said, yeah. He said, I never progressed past that. His job took him away from it.
Yeah.
I kept my job in the area where I could experience it.
Yeah.
He killed a turkey Monday morning. We weren't side by side, but we were hunting in the same woods together.
Yeah.
And he killed his first gobbler in 35 years.
Come on. Didn't you post? Did you post that?
It printed online yesterday.
Yesterday.
In the paper today. I wrote that story.
Okay. Yeah. 35 years he has not killed a turkey in 35 years?
He ain't been hunting. He's been driving. He's an engineer on the railroad, and he'd be working while everybody else was sleeping, and he's sleeping when we're out working.
Well, I think that's, again, we're talking to Mike Giles, and Mike, is, as I said, has written the new forward, the Old Pro Turkey Hunter. And Mike, we got a couple of minutes. Tell them about your passion. What's the name of the passion?
Passion of the Wild. It's an inspirational outdoors book about men, women, and children overcoming obstacles, and not all of them life or death like Russell, but some of them they did, and a lot of them changed their lives, and it turned out for the good. Yeah,
and you've got how can people get copies of these books? We're going to give you a chance for that too.
www.passionofthewild.com. They can call me at 601-917-3898. Look me up on Facebook, Mike Giles Outdoors, or Passion of the Wild.
And the Old Pro Turkey Hunter.
That's right. The Old Pro Turkey Hunter. I also took the cover shot on that book, on the revised book.
I'm looking at it right now. I've shot it twice. It makes a good pattern, from about 10 yards,
Amen.
So,
Amen.
And now, Russell, how they get in touch with you? I know you got a Facebook page too and everything.
Got a Facebook page. I'm on Instagram. The website's peglegscustoms.com, or you can call me direct at 901-568-9026.
Isn't it fun talking to these kind of guys, Bill Cooksey?
Absolutely.
We could talk about how great the duck season was, but let's talk turkey hunting right now, okay?
No, it's going to be a long time.
Yeah, it'd be a short show. Okay, let's... All right, guys, we appreciate it. Bill, you hang on. Russell, appreciate you, brother. Thank you, Mike Giles. We'll stay in touch, okay? There you go. Hey, Russell, hit me something now. Let's go. All you guys make some noise. We're out of here. We'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.